Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing a little bit of Dimir Midrange. So this kind of takes a few elements from Rakdos Midrange and kind of smashes it together with Dimir Control to make a sort of interesting hybrid where we're running a lot of mid-range creatures, but also a lot of non-creature spells that we can kind of get value off using cards like Chrome Host Seedshark and Arcane Proxy. So it's an interesting kind of mix of those two archetypes. So in terms of our creatures, we've got 4 copies of Ledger Shredder. So this is a card that often sees plays in Phoenix style decks, but it's pretty good here. So 2 mana for a 1/3 flying, and whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, it connives. So when you connive, you draw a card and discard a card, and if you discard a non-land card, you put +1/+1 counter on it. So that's a very powerful effect. Then we're also running 2 copies of Rona, Herald of Invasion, which is a 1/3 ability creature with the loot ability, but also whenever you cast a legendary spell, you can untap it and use its ability again. So something like Shieldred the Apocalypse is very useful if you have Rona on the battlefield to kind of use its ability twice, and you can pay 5 and a Phyrexian Black to turn it into the Tolarian Obliterator, which has a kind of Phyrexian Obliterator style effect. And we're also running 2 copies of Tenacious Underdog, a 3/2 that can recur many times with its Blitz ability. And then, 4 copies of Chrome Host Seedshark. So this is one of my favourite cards from March of the Machine. I've tried it in a couple of things, so we'll see if it has a good home here. So that's a 2/4 flying for 3, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value, so it has a kind of Shark Typhoon-esque effect, but obviously on a 3-mana creature as well. Graveyard Trespasser, which you see a lot in mid-range decks, 3/3 that has incidental graveyard hate and is also very hard to get rid of with its ward of discard a card. 2 copies of Shieldred the Apocalypse, just one of the best cards in the format, and then 2 copies of Arcane Proxy, which allows us to recur an instant and sorcery with mana value less than or equal to its power. So we can, if we're casting it for 7 mana, replay any of our instants and sorceries, but if we use its prototype for 1 and 2 blue, then we can use one of our cheaper spells. So down at the bottom end, we've got 4 copies of Thoughtseize, 4 copies of Fatal Push, and 4 copies of Consider. So very cheap 1 mana interaction and cantrips. So they're very handy to have around. So running 2 copies of Make Disappear as a kind of useful counter spell. A Go for the Throat and Shieldred's Edict as additional removal, so all of these spells can be recurred by Arcane Proxy when it's got 2 power, and then we're also running 2 copies of Behold the Multiverse and a Baleful Mastery. So yeah, we've got some interesting removal and counter and interaction spells, and then just a lot of good value creatures which work well in mid-range. Then if we look at the mana base, we're running a lot of dual lands, as you'd expect, so Watery Graves, Dark Slick Shores as fast lands, Shipwrecks, Marsh as slow lands. We're also running 2 copies of Fetid Pools, which is generally a land you'll find in control decks, just to make sure we don't get mana flooded, to have a land with cycling, and then a couple of basic lands and our standard utility lands as well, so Hall of Storm Giants and Hive of the Eye Tyrant as creature lands, and then 1 Otawara and Castle Lochthwain, and a Takanuma as well. So yeah, we do need to be able to hit generally double blue and double black most of the time, so we do have to kind of play our land slightly carefully and make sure we do have the right colour mix. And then in the sideboard, we've got 2 copies of Duress as additional hand disruption if we need it. Ray of Enfeeblement, which is good against humans decks, spirits decks, anything that's playing a lot of white. Very cheap removal. Mystical Dispute as our additional counter spell of choice. 2 copies of Narset, which we can bring in against opponents which are looking to draw lots of cards and also use it to get additional spells from our library. Go Blank, which is a hand disruption spell, but also incidental graveyard hate as well. And 1 copy of Shieldred, so not the Apocalypse, but the actual named, the March of the Machine version. So this is a 4/5 with Menace that has an Edict effect when it enters the battlefield. Can turn it into the True Scriptures if we particularly want to. 1 copy of Ashiok Nightmare Muse, a very powerful planeswalker, 5 mana that creates creatures, also removes a non-land permanent to its owner's hand and then makes them exile a card from their hand. So often in the late game, it will just get rid of the card entirely. They have no other cards in their hand. And then we've got the Meat Hook Massacre as mass removal as well, which also has some life gain as well attached to it. So very good against aggro decks, humans decks, anything that's sort of going wide with creatures. The Meat Hook Massacre is very good. So yeah, as I say, a bit of a combination of Dimir Control and Rakdos Midrange, really, this deck. So let's see how we go on with this. As always, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Always appreciate the support. We are getting close to Wilds of Eldraine now, so hopefully we'll have a bit of a shake-up of the format. And yeah, let's see how we go on with this. Okay, we're on the draw, but this is a pretty good opening hand. We've got 1-2 and Arcane Proxy. So our opponent's running mono green, which is fine. So let's do some proper old-fashioned hand disruption. Okay, no, they're actually running the Gruul vehicles deck. This is probably vehicles. So they're going to get a pack leader into play. The Crowan War, not too fussed about. Let's take Bone Crusher Giant here. So let's kill their pack leader. This card feels like it should have flying. It always looks like it has flying. Okay, well, they're swiftly running out of things to do, so let's pop Proxy into play. Recast Go for the Throat, taking their pack leader. Then, as I say, I'm not that fussed if they steal it with the Crowan War. It's only a 2-1 now. So happy to trade it for one of their elves. We've got value off it. Drawing a land here would be very spicy. Okay, good. So let's play Ledger Shredder into Underdog. Connive. Discard Dark Slick Shores. Okay, I imagine the Crowan War will come down now. They'll probably steal our... I'd steal the Shredder if I were them. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think I'm happy to just... Because they'll discard whatever it is they draw, and the extra counter... Okay, that's probably better for them, actually, but that's okay. Behold the Multiverse is good. Pass the turn. Okay, they're drawing a lot of elves. Not much else going on. Rona. How do I feel about this? Well, let's go to combat. Yeah, go on, let's play Rona. Let's foretell Behold the Multiverse. Then we'll lose both our underdogs. Okay, big layer of the Hydra incoming. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 6. So let's behold the multiverse. Don't think we need. Well, let's keep 1 land actually. Counterspell's okay. Just consider. What's better here, Counterspell or Seedshark? Can't cast Seedshark this turn, so let's get rid of that. Ooh, let's keep Baleful Mastery, actually. Let's pass the turn. Sure. Ooh, Fatal Push is probably better at this point, so let's... Let's draw. Discard Darkslick Shores. Yeah, pass that. Or take a turn. Ooh, that's quite good. Let's play that. Let's pass the turn for now. Interesting. Okay, well let's Baleful Mastery away their Lovestruck Beast. Let's block here, block here, block here. And that's not a hugely profitable attack for them. Yeah, they got a bit impatient there. So, Meat Hook Massacre. Well, they're on the play, so let's put in a couple of go blanks. Not that Trespasser. Trespasser doesn't line up hugely well here. And I think we can lose Edict and probably Baleful Mastery as well. Don't really want to give them extra cards. Yep, this is a strong hand. Okay, let's Fatal Push the Elf. Always kill the elf if given the choice. Okay, so let's play Underdog. Now we really need a third land. Okay, our opponent is stuck on land though. Okay, that's frustrating, so I think we're going to have to consider pop that in the bin. Okay, this is not ideal, but let's take their chariot. Okay, neither of us are doing particularly well on lands here, so let's foretell Behold the Multiverse, then at least we will have an opportunity to go hunting for several lands. Okay. Okay, we did get there in the end. I mean, no, fair enough. Pretty unlucky for our opponent. We were struggling there as well, let's be honest, but we did get there. Yep, decent enough. Ooh, Frodo and Sam. I'm still rocking Elishnorn like it's April. She did. Pop an underdog into play. Ooh, Fatal Push, that's fun. Good thing about underdog is it never really goes away. Yeah, let's play Consider, grab a land, play Thoughtseize. Okay, so classic midrange. Well, they've already got two trespassers. May as well take the shadow, I suppose. Two can play at that game. Well, that's not ideal. So, I think we're going to have to Baleful Mastery away Shieldred. Pass the turn. Our life total's looking pretty sketchy at the moment. Well, I probably do need another land. Okay, let's play Chrome Host. Oh, fair enough. So, what are we bringing in against Rakdos Midrange? Quite like Shieldred here. Narset's not bad actually either. Stops them drawing extra cards with things like Fable. What are we taking out? Underdog. Too much graveyard hate. What else? Probably one Rona as well. Don't feel thrilled about that. The Phyrexian Obliterator side is probably too easily killed by targeted removal. You really want the opponent to be doing damage to it. Yeah, not the worst. Tough one for our opponent. Depends on what they've got in their hand, obviously, but I would probably take either Shredder or Narset, possibly make disappear. They have a quandary here. Certainly taking their time. In the meantime, maybe I could sing. Wow, they are deep in the tank. Or maybe they've just gone away. Maybe they've decided they don't like it. Yep, make disappear. Fair enough. Alright, well, let's play Ledger Shredder then, just because they won't be able to immediately Fatal Push it. Harvester is fine. So I could play Narset here, but the trouble is that without two spells, this doesn't line up very well. So, tell you what, instead, let's Baleful Mastery that. Play Consider. Ditch our duplicate Narset. Ooh, I don't think we need a third Ledger Shredder. Okay, well, we're definitely playing Narset now. Yep. Ooh, we like it. Okay, that's very tasty, because it stops their Fable being good on its second chapter. Yeah, Harvester is fine. I can live with that. Um, let's lose Trespasser here, I think. Okay, let's activate Narset. Let's take... What are we taking here? I think Behold the Multiverse is probably decent. Let's go for the Throat there. Harvester. Shieldred's Edict. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Connive, discarding Behold. Wow, that is a rough turn. Shame I can't cast a second spell. Oh well. Let's attack them down to 1. Pass the turn. Okay, they're digging for a removal spell here. And again. Very good. No, our deck did very well there. So let's bring in Go Blank. Let's take out Narset on the draw. I don't love Narset on the draw. No, let's take out Narset here. Yep, that'll do fine. Ooh, interesting. Question is, do I play Shredder here? I don't think so. I'm happy to just hold up my removal spells and try and get some value off them. Fair enough. Yep. Okay, let's Bone Crusher Giant away. I mean, kill the Bone Crusher Giant. I know what I'm doing. It's Graveyard Trespasser. It's not an easy thing for them to remove. Sadly, I can't Arcane Proxy with the lands I've got, but fine. So let's play Ledger Shredder. Fatal Push their Misery Shadow. Discard Rona, I think, here. Dark Slick Shores, attack. Exile their Shadow. Ooh, the temptation to go blank them here is high. So high, I'm going to do it. There goes Shieldred. That was worth doing. Am I tempted to offer the trade here? Yeah. We're very ahead of them at the moment. Okay, now we're not quite so ahead of them. Okay, well, let's play Shieldred. Pass the turn. Fine. Ooh, yes. So let's play Seedshark. Let's go for the Throat Misery Shadow. Attack with Shieldred, so we... Okay, they go to 10. They go to 6. They draw and go to 4. They draw and go to 2. Can't be much fun being them right now. Nope. Yeah, a little on the slow side. Ooh. Mono red aggro. Okay, Carry Zev is interesting. So let's play Chrome Host, just because it's big enough that it can withstand most removal. But slow start, not good. Very not good. Um, hmm. Yeah, well, I think I've got to make him have it. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. It's not hugely encouraging. So we could play another Seedshark. I think that's kind of what we got to do now. Just hope for the best. Um, no removal spells is rough. We've got no targets for Trespasser. No targets for Proxy. Underdog doesn't do much for us. Behold creates a token, but we can't then turn it into a creature. Well, let's open with a Consider. Okay. Let's Fatal Push Carry Zev. Now let's play Underdog. Okay, that might have stabilized us for 5 seconds. Okay, that's not terrible. Well, I will trade here and trade here for sure. So let's play Trespasser, Exile, pass the turn. Another commander faces Kakazan, you say? Block. Block. So, Fatal Push does not work on Chain Whirler right now. We're on 3. So I think we're just casting another Chrome Host and hoping for the best. It's not looking good, lads. Ooh, it's okay, we are dead. No, we were just far too slow off the mark there. Lack of removal also did for us, but hopefully we can sideboard a bit better against this deck. So let's Meat Hook Massacre. Thoughtseize is bad. So we'll pop in a couple of Duresses. I think that's pretty decent. Yep. We land one Shieldred and we win the game, but not like that we don't. So we do have Consider. Yeah, you only live once. Do it. You know you want to. I'll do that. No land. Oh, well, let's pass the turn again. Still no land, you say? It's a shame because the Meat Hook Massacre would be really good here. And so would Shieldred. Huh. I suppose on the plus side, they can't attack with it at the moment, so let's play Shredder. Hmm. Are they exiled? Hmm. I didn't even know that could do that. That's sad, isn't it? So I'm dead. I'm very dead. That was a shame. I feel like both games we were robbed of doing slightly better by unlucky draws. I probably shouldn't have kept that one lander on the play, but I had consider there were lots of lands in the deck. It is what it is. Sometimes you gotta take a risk against mono red. But apart from that, I thought that deck did really well. I really enjoyed playing Dimir Midrange there. Solid work all round. Yeah, there's the deck list. I think the combination of the spells, the cheap spells always work very well. A lot of powerful creatures. Ledger Shredder is great as always. Arcane Proxy did some good work. Yeah, it's just one of those pile of good cards decks. So yeah, happy with that. Thanks very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. As ever, your support is always appreciated, and I will see you for the next one.